All right, what's going on, everybody? Welcome back to RMFantasySX SXperts. We are live, and we are here for round 7, headed to Minneapolis.
Finally, dude. I couldn't take another late night.
Yeah. Think about the people over on the East Coast watching those.
There's no chance.
The main starts at 10 o'clock is what time they start.
There's no chance.
My sympathy, my condolences to people out there.
I'm carrying my family to bed at that point.
Kiefer started that whole thing about wives and husbands falling asleep before the main, and it's become a thing. It is. But what's going on, everybody? Again, thank you for joining us live. Remember, hit that like button, share this video with your friends. If you are joining us live in the chats, thank you so much. And we got a lot to talk about. Also, big announcement, Christian Craig is going to be calling in today.
Huge. Get a red plate holder in here. That's huge.
Absolutely.
You got suntan, baby.
That's what I'm talking about. And Christian Craig, so you guys have been crushing it with the memes. Like, they are my favorite thing. And we had a lot of good ones. And I know we didn't say we were going to do a giveaway for this week, but there were so many good ones. I said, you know what?
The memes changed your mind.
We've got to do something. So we took, I think, 6 of our favorite memes that we had rolling in the past week or so. I sent those to Christian Craig. He is going to pick his favorite meme, and he's going to announce it when he's live, and he's going to pick the winner. And we have a couple prizes we'll give away, so when he picks the winner, we'll be in contact, and we'll let you know what prizes are up for grabs, but we've got some good ones, so stay tuned for that. But should we show him real quick what are the 6 up for grabs?
See exactly your top ones.
Josh, throw them up there.
All right, so these aren't all just the top 6.
Wow.
These are just a lot of our favorites.
All right, we'll tell you if it's one of our ones we sent to Christian, so you know.
I think we just leave it a mystery.
Do we?
Yeah.
Okay. I like it. Alden?
That one's dirty, but it's true.
Did you see the Webb? I sent this one to Daniel Blair and said, hey, you should show this to Ricky. Well, if you guys are watching, every time the LCQs come out, Blair just it's like what's the word I'm looking for? Where he talks less of himself, like, oh, I was the LCQ guy. Then Carmichael just jumps on board.
Hey, LCQs are tough.
Oh, my gosh.
These are some from the Monday show.
Oh, gosh.
I love this one.
We've all been there. We've all been there.
You won't miss the races for anything. Even friends in town, you still going to make them watch.
If they don't like it, they can leave.
Well,
they don't got to go home, but they got to go somewhere else.
Oh, my gosh.
Roxanne here.
Poor Rox.
Oh, my. They're so good. Hey, if you guys are watching, too, remember the races this weekend is an early start. They're actually starting at 3 o'clock Eastern time.
Yes.
So that's 5 o'clock here, Mountain Standard Time, and that's 4 o'clock if you're on the West, 2 o'clock if you're on the West Coast.
Yeah, this one was good.
There are some really good ones about the whoop section. This one was probably one of my favorites.
A lot of talk about them whoops.
This one, that was a classic.
Yeah, you can't do that.
Oh, it's too good. Christian said he loved him, by the way, when I sent him over to him. So
We did send Christian this one, so if this is your meme, just so you know, it's gotten some.
What happened to leave it a secret, Josh?
I'm sure he loved that one.
Oh, no.
Dude, it is true. It's like it's played out by this
The
point.
Webb wagon. Oh, gosh, it is really good. Anyway.
This one's really funny, too.
So anyway, it should be a good time when Christian calls in. So thank you, everyone. Keep the memes coming because it's one of our favorite things. And the more memes you get us, obviously we're going to be doing more giveaways. And so if it becomes a thing, too, where the riders pick the winner, I think it's awesome when they get to do it. So, well, anyway, let's dive right into it. Again, we're headed to round 7 Minneapolis. And real quick, just a quick recap on last weekend. You had Anderson, Tomac, Barsha, Stewart, Muscan. Wildcard was McElrath. And now we have track trends. And here's a question, though. We'll ask Craig this. So we're making this shift to East Coast. I went and watched the last East Coast race we had there. Track looks dry and hard pack.
Yeah.
It doesn't look like your typical ruddy East Coast.
Not too many ruts, no.
So I know we're going east, but maybe it's kind of like the Seattle of the West Coast.
Yeah, maybe it was like a dry year. I don't know.
Who knows?
It wasn't very ruddy.
Anyway, all right, so let's talk about it. So remember, 5 o'clock Eastern starting time. Riders that are hurt, Joey Savacci, he's going to be out of there. Oh, no, wait. Did you put a bullet point with some weird?
There's the track trends. You going track trends or injuries?
Well, we got Joey Savacci right there. Oops, something got added in there. Sorry.
Savacci's on the track trends. I mean, you got to put some respect on his name. You want to talk about the last Minnesota. The guy led 14 laps.
Oh, that's why it was there.
14th overall.
All right. Well, let's show the track up there. Josh, what do we got here? Here's what I noticed. Like I said, East Coast round. However, the dirt to what it looked like is much more hard pack.
I do like the football stadium layouts.
Do you?
A lot better.
I thought A3 was a great layout.
I'm not saying I hated it, but I like
challenging
football.
whoop section, obviously.
I like the football long lanes.
Yeah.
I like that.
And Nate, AC is not back. He's done for the year. But yeah, so shorter whoop section. Don't know if the whoops are going to be really much of a factor this week as they were last week. There's 2 whoop sections, but they are a little bit shorter. But if they continue to build them like they have, you never know what's going to happen there. Mm-hmm. We're not seeing a sand section.
I sound like the riders are happy about that.
Yeah, and the last time they raced there in Minneapolis, Webb won. And, so we'll get Craig's thoughts on the track there because he's raced that East before.
Someone's talking about it, the 250 East class. I mean, there's a list of names. It's going to be
the West,
a hot series.
The West was, unfortunately, like we've seen in a lot of years, we just had a lot of,
I mean, you look at this 250 East Coast, you got Jet Lawrence, of course. Everybody knows that. Then you got Forkner coming back, McAdoo, Jet Reynolds maybe, J-Mart, R.J. Hampshire, Styles Robertson, Max Vollen we talked to earlier, Pierce Brown, Jordan Smith, Nicoletti. Dude, that's going to be a stat class.
Phil Nicoletti, dude, the legend. I like it. But as far as injuries go, Adam Cianciarulo, he's out for the year. Savachi's out for the year. Josh Hill had a big one, so he's going to be out. Benny Bloss is still out. I will say, though, 7 rounds deep, I feel like things are going good.
Starting to sort out. But who's your top pick on this 250 East?
If I had to pick, like, champion?
Yeah.
Or just opening round?
Champion.
Oh, gosh. Everyone's high on Jet Lawrence. I don't know if I'm quite there yet. I know he just won an outdoor title. Dude, I would have to say between McAdoo and Forkner.
Okay.
But I think also Jeremy Martin, who is not on this list. No, he is. No.
J-Mart's there.
Is he? Yeah. Oh, J-Mart. I think J-Mart's a sleeper. But I would go Forkner or McAdoo just because of the experience there, and J-Mart too. But again, he's another one of those riders who's had some bad luck. Yeah. Needs to kind of put his season together.
I like the Forkner-McAdoo thing too. I like to go for the underdogs. I mean, Jet's got to be the old favorite.
I really like RJ. RJ kind of reminds me of like a Michael Mosman, where he has that outright just flashy speed, but just puts it on the ground more often than you can. Yeah. So
be a good one, dude.
Come on, Ruben. Forkner. Let's go. I don't know. We'll see. I don't know really what to expect from Forkner.
I like Forkner. The more everyone hates him, the more I like him.
Yeah.
So that's all I got to say about him.
All right. Well, look, let's talk about what we got coming up here, because clearly by now, everyone watching this knows we're starting to see – oh, Krista is hating on Forkner too. We're starting to see –
he's my guy.
We're starting to see a separation here. And really, there's...
Well, kind of. Are you just going to pull up these charts here?
Yeah, let's do it. I'm just saying. Like, we can pull it up here. Best starters in the game.
This is close, though.
Closer than you would think.
Yeah.
But there's starts.
Will it let you? It let you?
Hey, we're back. What's going on, everybody?
It lets you just get right back into it?
Yeah, sorry there. We had a glitch there. Our streaming software decided to stop working.
Look at 2022, dude. Yeah. You just connect right back up.
All right. Welcome back. Hey, welcome back, everyone, for round 7 of Minneapolis. Oh, all right, let's go back to where we were. Josh, let's get that graphic up there.
Hello?
That was scary.
Can you hear me now?
Oh, pull a tear off.
Martin. You got Levi Kitchen.
We literally did just pull a tear off real quick.
Yeah, we did.
Oh, gosh. Okay, sorry.
There you go.
Oh, best finishers in the game.
Okay. This one's a little more spread out.
Yeah. Look at that. Tomac, 2.5.
That's crazy to me.
What's crazy is Malcolm Stewart's still ahead of Anderson.
Yeah.
By just a little bit.
If you take all the main events, pretty surprising. But still, from Stewart to Webb, even to Muscan, is pretty close, dude.
Barsh just surprised me, too, because you just haven't heard much about him. He did just podium. He got a third. But, yeah, he's kind of been MIA, but 5.5, better than Webb, Roxon, all those guys. So
yeah, I mean they're really not that spread out as I thought they would be, though.
Yeah, Tomac's just consistent, though.
I mean, for like 2 positions, there's like 6 riders.
Tomac's the only rider who got better from round 1 and just hasn't made the big mistake.
Well, he's leading this, and he's also tied for the best average start. So,
yeah. Speaking of starts, let's throw up the best starters in the game. Because this one right here is kind of surprising.
I mean, you look at Tomac and Anderson tied.
When was the last time Tomac had the best starting average in the...
That's what I'm saying.
Probably
crazy.
Never.
Probably
never.
No.
He's never probably even cracked the top 3.
So look at that, too, from, what is it, like 2.5 spots is 7
maybe
riders.
We ask Christian Craig, one of the best starters, just be like, Did Tomac come talk to you?
Maybe.
I don't know.
These guys are close. And I mean, there's not really a big gap until McElrath and Barsha.
Yeah.
So, pretty
Remember,
close.
guys, be asking your questions for Craig. He's calling in here in just a few minutes. If you got any questions for him, let us know. Yeah, I mean, Webb, though, that surprised me. 6.63 win.
Dude.
Yeah.
Up there. Stewart, up there. So,
where's Barsha? Barsha's at 8.75.
not getting the greatest
Supposedly,
starts.
they said that they made a gearing change on his motorcycle, which
looked
helped
like
him massively in
something-
A3.
Yeah, it looked like he looked a lot better.
He ripped a good start in practice, and then he pulled it up. He backed it up in the main. So
That makes sense.
I don't know. Should be pretty good. All right. Is this swaying your decision, though? I mean, obviously, Tomac and Anderson have to be 1 and 2, right?
Tomac and Anderson have to be 1 and 2, and I'd say Sexton has to be
I
third.
don't know. I feel like Mookie is making a case for being a
tough in there, too.
third to fourth place guy.
But I just don't know how high you put him. Top spot? Probably not yet.
Yeah. Let's see. Tidbits from UltimateMotorcycling.com says all of the top 10 riders in the standings have top 5 finishes. Interesting.
But this isn't even more crazy.
And no one outside of the series top 10
has been in the top 5. That's what's crazy to me. So out of the top 10 riders, none of them have been in the top 5. But the top 10 all have been. So it's been just shuffling all over the place.
Oh, man. Yeah,
and only Muscan out of the top 10 has failed to make a podium.
Really?
So that was tidbit from Ultimate Motorcycling. They always put up a good little read about every round, too.
Okay.
So I thought that was pretty interesting.
And check out this graphic. We got another cool graphic. It's the head-to-head. Let's put this in there. We'll show this real quick, and then we're going to have Craig come on here in just a minute.
Dude, we're going big time.
This is Tomac and Anderson just versus each other. This paints a perfect picture of who's doing what better. Their average start is identical. Average finish, though, Tomac still got over 2 places better than Anderson. Let's see here. Round wins, they both have 2. Anderson, though, has more laps led with 43.
They're almost
9 more.
Almost the same, though. And qualifying, almost the same.
Average overall finish, though, Tomac's got that by a little over.
Anderson's hurting. I mean, he's had, the 8th and 10th finish or whatever.
Like
Tomac's worst has been 6th.
Tomac is just solid. He's just not making. And last week, we saw what a veteran rider would do, which is just back it down a titch.
You got a big lead. No sense in forcing it this early.
Yeah.
So that's pretty interesting, though. You put them head-to-head. There's a lot of riders. If anyone else out there wants to see us do this with any other riders, let us know.
Yeah. Hey, we got a pull-up right now, Tomac or Anderson.
I'm going Tomac.
Are you?
Yeah.
Oh, gosh. You know what? I'm going to go Anderson. I don't know.
Dungey with speed, Dr. JB says.
Who? Tomac?
Dungey with speed. He doesn't crash. And
you can't jump to the diesel quite yet. You got to give it a full season. But he's on to something. He is on to something there. Tomac has Dungey vibes right now, says Krista. Yeah. Tomac train. Well, that's kind of interesting what we're going to see there. All right, let me get with Christian here. Keep going.
Do we got time to get into the Tomac stats real quick?
Let's start him, and then when Christian jumps on.
If Tomac's not your top pick, I mean, we don't understand why. I mean,
between him and Anderson, we'll ask Craig.
We just showed a bunch of stats, really good for him. He has the best average finish.
Yeah.
Main event gate drops, and standard rounds is tied with the average start. So.
But here's what you need to know is that Tomac's Minneapolis record, he's gone 6, was the last time he raced there, and before that, he won the 2 previous rounds.
Strong history there. Started third or better in 5 of the last 6 main event gate drops. If he's starting third or better, I don't know anybody who has a better chance of winning.
Well, his last 4 starts, triple crowns included, 2, 3, 1, 1.
Yeah, that's huge.
That is Dungey-esque.
Mm-hmm.
Stat that Krista requested. Last day race was Atlanta in 2021.
Yeah, she asked who does good in the day races, and luckily I stored
Tomac
that.
won that. Tomac, what was that race when Marv took Tomac out? Was that East Rutherford or something like that?
I think, yeah. That was a day race, too. Roxon's won day races, so it seemed like Tomac and Roxon do really good in the day races.
Okay. Well, speaking of racers, we've got a man on the phone right now who is leading the 250 West Points Championship. He is a whoops killer. He crushes them. And I want to get the secret to all of this. Christian Craig, thank you so much for coming on. How are you doing?
Good. How about you guys?
Oh, we're just over here bench racing, pretending like we ride dirt bikes at a high level, which we don't, but it's fantasy, so that's what we do. Man,
that's awesome.
Yeah, you're moving on to the break. You got 5 weeks off. What are your plans for the next 5 weeks? Are you taking a little time off the bike? Are you riding outdoor riding? What's your plan right now?
I'll be doing a couple weeks of 450 riding, and then I'll be straight back into Supercross. It's only a 5-week break, so not as long this time. But yeah, a couple weeks outdoors, 450. Have some fun on that.
Yeah,
I like it.
Is that 5 weeks probably feels a heck of a lot longer when you probably just would rather just wrap this title up, I'm assuming, and just keep racing, right?
Yeah, I'm bummed that we're stopping, especially on that 6 weeks break. Like, it just was on a roll and got 4 wins. So
yeah,
it'd be nice to keep it going, but it's part of it.
Right on. Well, hey, look, so here's a question for you. We've heard a lot of chatter going on about riders, at the elite level, talking about how the whoops this year have been really difficult or just saying dangerous and that they need to be working on these. You as one of the best whoop riders out there, out of all the riders, 450s included, what's your opinion on that? Where do you stand on, are the whoops too difficult?
Like, it's so easy for me to say that they weren't, just because I didn't have any problems with them. But yeah, they were sketchy, but every whoop section gets sketchy.
Mm-hmm.
Right. They all, like, every round so far has had its thing. Like A1, the set after the finish was gnarly. And then Oakland broke down sketchy too. So I think it was just, I think it was the run into those ones at A3. You had so much speed to go in.
Right.
And people were going in faster, and then obviously they're a little bit longer. So, I mean, I didn't see them to be any harder than any other round. So,
okay.
I see a lot of riders. I see a lot of riders kind of complaining with it, and heard a lot of crying pretty much. So,
well,
I'm guessing that from now on the whoops are going to be a lot easier.
You think so? Is that just an East Coast thing, or because you think Feld or the track builders are listening to the riders more?
Yeah, I think that. And then obviously with how many riders did go down on Saturday,
right?
They don't want to lose any more riders. So those whoops are gonna be a lot easier.
Well, you saw the memes. The memes are raining in on the whoop section, which is pretty good.
I got a question
I'm actually
for
at
you.
the Star Racing. I'm actually at the Star Racing shop right now, and you sent me those memes, and me and my mechanic were just dying laughing at those things, dude.
That's not even all of them. We probably get like 50 a week, and we just funnel through them, dude. There's so many good ones. It's the thing. We're loving it. I don't know if you know this, but
all the players are sending them in. They're flowing in. Hot. Yeah, and especially one of our other guys. He sent a question in for you. Speaking of the whoops, do you know where you were as like being the fastest through the whoops last race of all riders, 250 and 450? Do you have any idea where you were?
There was one segment. So there was it was 20 seconds long. So I think it was that whoop section and then the rhythm after to the sand section.
Mm-hmm.
So you can't really compare that segment to just the whoops. But like in practice that day, my fastest lap time came from not hitting the whoops the best.
Really?
Like it was everything else that I connected, and like I came across the finish and I saw my time and I'm like, wow, I didn't even hit the whoops that good that lap. Like I've hit way faster.
That's interesting.
Yeah. I mean, people look like I get tagged all day in my whoop stuff. And it's a cool thing to have that in my back pocket that I'm strong in those. But like, I feel like my corner speed, everything's improved this year. It's not just whoops,
Yeah, sure. That was actually a question I was going to ask you. So it seems like, just from the eyeballs and obviously how well you're doing this year, you've got 4 wins already. It feels like you're on a different level of riding than we've ever seen you before. I don't feel like we're seeing the same Christian Craig that we saw last year and that you just don't have the same competition. I really feel like you've stepped up your speed everywhere. I don't know if it's the intensity. Would you agree with that? Like you've made changes to your riding. Like you said, you're faster everywhere. Is the bike a little bit better than last year? Like what do you think's kind of made that difference to get you to that next level there?
I'd say the move to Florida,
really?
Dealing with the different dirt. Like I grew up in California and I dealt with the hard pack my whole life.
Yeah.
So like I almost needed that change. And then we sat back and looked at what I needed to improve on. And I felt like turns were one of the things. Obviously I do all the jumps, I hit the whoops fast, and I felt like turns I really needed to focus on. So here at the farm, we have turn tracks. And I spent just nonstop laps working on that and just working on my weaknesses. So
right on.
Yeah, I do feel like my riding's better than ever right now. And it's all like because of I took that, all that stuff I do need to work on, and I did it in the off season. So it's kind of showing now,
And Tomac admitted that too. He's talked about being in Florida, riding at different tracks, riding with the teammates. He feels like that's made a big difference for him this year as well. I got one more question, then we'll ask a couple viewer questions. With how well the season is going right now, I know you did an interview earlier on, and you said that you hadn't been speaking to any factory teams at this point. But with how well you're riding and with how this is going, I can't imagine there's not a few factory teams that have their eyes on you. Have you been in discussion with any teams yet?
I haven't. I wish my phone was blown off the hook. That'd be cool.
Yeah.
But as of now, no. It's
okay.
I don't know if maybe it's just too early on the season or whatever. But yeah, as of now, nothing. And but I mean, hopefully that changes. Hopefully I've kind of shown my speed.
Right.
Obviously I'm been consistent, and we got 4 rounds more, so I'm not too worried about that. The big plan is to win this championship, and then we'll let the rest play out.
Now, if you had your choice, so somebody asked this question: if you're jumping up to 450s, ideally would you like to stay on the Star Racing team, or are you just what would be the ultimate goal there? Is there a specific team at that? I guess you can't really say that because you're on Star now, but what would the goal be? Like if Star said, hey, we want to give you a 450 ride next year, are you saying, yeah, let's do it, and you lock it in?
I'd love to stay here. Like my family's here. We bought a house here. We've only been here since August. So
okay.
It would suck to have to sign somewhere else and have to move right away, so we're all settled in here. My kids go to school here, and it's, I love this facility. I love everything that this team does. So that's up to management. I wish, I can't control that. We'll see if the cards play out in my favor. So
yeah,
that's the plan.
I do feel like there's gonna be a lot of shuffling that come this off season. I think there's a lot of question marks about AC, Ken Roxon, Dean. I don't know. I think there's going to be a lot of shuffling around, so we'll kind of see how that goes. But I'd also imagine, too, that when your career is over, I don't know how long you plan to do this, but I feel like a lot of people, whether it's outdoor national Supercross, they look at Christian Craig and they think, that's a guy whose riding style I want to mimic. Have you ever thought about, okay, when this is done, I feel like I could be a really good riding coach for a team?
Yeah. I think that'd be cool, but I'd love to stay in the sport some way, one way or another.
Right.
Managing, running a team, doing something. I don't know. I just love this sport. I love going to the races. Like I'm bummed that I have to wait 5 weeks to go back to the race. I don't get to go this weekend. So I love to be around it. So, hopefully we can work something out when I am done. I don't know when that's going to be. Hopefully a long time.
Right on.
That's what I'm saying. He looks like a future team manager to me.
Hey, so
I am in the management office right now.
Bring people in and sit them down.
Well, hey, so help us out here, because obviously we do fantasy for the 450 class. You're around a lot of the riders. You know a lot of the guys really well personally. You've been teammates with Sexton and Roxon, a lot of these guys. From your perspective, looking at, let's start with Cooper Webb and say Aaron Plessinger. These guys have been talking a lot about, when we go back east. Well, Minneapolis, and I'm not sure how many times you've raced there if you have, but I watched the last race we had there. That track didn't look very East Coast to me, if you want to call it that. It looks more hard pack and slick than East Coast. Am I wrong or right?
Yeah, but the year I raced there, it was soft.
Oh, really?
I think it's just how much snow they get, or rain. And I was looking at the Dirtworks guys. They post stuff throughout the week building the track, and it's soft. So I think it's going to break down. I think you're going to see Coop, Plessinger, people like that jump through the red ones and pick good lines. I think you're going to see them riding better. But I think I've heard, I listen to a lot of these shows and podcasts, and everyone says the same thing. Like they can't wait to go east. And so I think everyone in the 450 class is excited for this. And,
unless you're Tomac or Anderson, you're just like, I'm good. Like wherever, I don't care where I'm riding right now.
It matters where they go.
Yeah, I guess you as a racer, and this is going to lead into Sexton and Roxon questions, because those two guys come out of A1. Sexton probably should have won. He was faster than Kenny. You can easily argue that. But Kenny still won by 10 seconds, blitzing the whoops all night. Sexton looked good. Sexton comes out. He wins San Diego, blitzing the whoops all night. And then all of a sudden you feel like Roczen and Sexton have kind of taken steps back where they're saying how they're not comfortable on the motorcycle. And I feel like a lot of the fans, obviously if you're not a rider, you have no clue what's going on. But like from you looking at them from the outside, what's your take on that? Do you think maybe they've tried some things during the week but went backwards? Or does the bike...
Could be.
Yeah, it's just like a head scratcher,
that could be. Yeah, that could be the thing, is that they're trying parts they think is working and it's not. But I mean, Roczen, ever since his Oakland crash in the whoops, he just hasn't been the same. So I'm not sure what's going on there. I don't want to speak on his part, but
right.
With Chase just, I think, had an off night at A3.
Okay.
He, like, all day he just looked like he wasn't comfortable and just didn't have that like fire speed that he brings every round. So
define comfortable. Is that comfortable with like not flowing with the track? The bike feel weird?
Yeah, I would say like, when someone's on being able to push their limit.
Sure.
Like in Chase, you can see when he's feeling good, he's P1, P2, and you could see all day he just wasn't there. He was a tick off, and that could be it. When that happens, that's just how your day goes. It's just how you ride in the main event. You're just a little off. You're not as aggressive, and so I look for him to kind of be back into that top 3 position for sure this weekend. And I think that was just an off night for him.
And so, I mean, it could be, and this is again another question, could it be something as simple as you're riding in practice and qualifying and you're just not getting the timing of it might not even be necessarily the bike, but you just mentally, we've all been there, you just maybe can't get a rhythm section correct, you're casing a few things, and that just kind of stays with you mentally going into the night show. You just don't feel like you're nailing the track right. Is that fair to say?
Yeah, and I deal with it too. Like at Glendale, I wasn't doing a rhythm, and that was messing with me in my head all practice.
Which rhythm was that?
That was after the finish. They're going 3-3-3, and I just did not like that third 3. Like I just felt like it was going to give me a weird kick, and so I stuck to doing 2-2-3-3. And I'm like, and I was getting heat from the team. They're like, if you want to win, you got to do this rhythm. And I'm like, if I'm going to win doing the 2-2-3-3, like just wait. And so I like made a statement and I stuck to it. But yeah, I mean, those things get stuck in your head. Sometimes you get a little caught up in it. But yeah, it could be that. It could be whoops, could be the dirt. Just, man, there's so much playing into it.
Well, and the thing about Phoenix too is I was at that race and on press day, 250 guys were going 3 out of that corner you're talking about. On race night, I don't know if I saw any 250s tripling out of that corner, maybe a couple guys. So obviously it just didn't shape up as a race line. So it's interesting though.
Yeah, it's funny to kind of look back now, but during, they were like, you have to do 3-3-3. Like you have to, if you want to win this, be competitive, do it.
I don't think anyone was.
I did it in practice and it wasn't the hardest. It was just a little sketchy. And I'm like, I'm going to stick back. We're going to stick to this 2-2-3-3.
Right.
And, we made that one work.
Okay, so another guy live right now. His name's Frozen Gumwad. He's a user that's watching us live. So we talked about this. Your whoop speed, and this last kind of thing we want to talk about too is your whoop speed's insane. Everyone's always known that. And obviously, do you get a lot of guys on your team asking you about your technique? Do a lot of guys come to you and say, hey, or even starts? And is there, to be honest, is how good you go through the whoops just a God-given talent? Or do you think that other guys who maybe haven't been that good have the ability, or do you think they're just something that you can do that other guys can't?
I think it's a culmination of everything. Just how many years I've done it, the trust I have in it, the position, confidence going into it. I think it all just kind of goes together. But I do get teammates that will sit there and watch and try to mimic it. And I felt like I have helped all my teammates with hoops, for better or for worse, Right. But it's hard. Like they try to ask me like, what do you do different? And I just say like, I don't think. Like you shut off your brain and you trust.
Right.
You just trust it, trust your ability. And I do think a lot of riders overthink it. They're like, if I drop in, I get sketchy. I'm going to eat it. But I don't think that. You just trust your ability. You hit your whoops, and that's it.
Right
Pretty
on.
simple.
All right, I got one more question.
Go for it.
I think we can agree you have the best name in Supercross, me and you, of course. But
dude, yeah, it's funny. It's 1 year actually. Okay, funny story. 1 year at Oakland, when I was on Geico, me and Chase were on the line for a heat race, and you guys were talking on the big screen, and like, this is Chase and Christian. And I look at Chase, I'm like, we got the same names.
I never really even thought about that. But that's kind of what leads into.
They see us up there.
They probably so sick of us.
Malcolm said he saw us and was mad that we said he was in like the 5th position for fantasy picks.
I know, we gotta adjust that. But
we all hear it. We all hear what you're saying. We're sitting down on the line. It's quiet. So we hear it all.
Don't worry. Next year, you're going to be hearing plenty about you, too. So it's coming.
But you've been around a long time. You've been on so many different teams and all that. I just have kind of a question, like, who was the teammate you've had that was the most fun? Like, just the funniest, just best dude to have on the team with you? Who did you enjoy the most?
I'd say Plessinger.
Easy, probably.
Last year in outdoors, man, he's no matter what, even if he's having a bad day, like, he crashed really hard one round, and he didn't race.
Unadilla, right?
He was still smiling.
Really?
Yeah, he was still smiling. Like, or that night
that.
he got life flighted or something, and he was still in a good mood. Yes. You know, as much pain as he was in, and so you cannot take the smile off that guy's face, and it's like contagious. You know, You're like, when he's around, you're just joking, you're having a good time. So that's awesome. I'd say AP for sure.
You can't fake that.
He called in last week, dude. And he was by far like the funniest, just laughable guy we've had on. Like, he doesn't stop smiling. It's kind of funny.
Yeah, and then I was walking back from the podium this last weekend, and they were all coming off the parade lap. And he comes riding by, and he's giving me a thumbs up, like, good job, you know, and he's about to go race. And I'm like, dude, just focus on your race, you know?
That's awesome. Dude. Well, hey, so last question here. Tomac and Anderson, and Sexton's there. Sexton's going to have to clean a few things up and be a little bit more consistent probably if he wants to have a shot at taking out Anderson and Tomac, because these guys are riding so good right now. And I think Tomac, when he says, I've already got a really good setting, when we go back east and with how good he's doing right now, it's scary. But Anderson has been amazing. I think he's surprised, probably the biggest surprise of the year by far. But looking at these two guys, do you think Sexton can chase them down? Or do you think Anderson, Tomac, it's a duel between those guys right now?
I do think there'll be more guys that kind of close the gap, but Eli's just on another level right now.
Yeah.
And he's when you talk to him or you see him at the semi, he's smiling, and when he's like that, he's dangerous. Yeah. You know, he's
right on.
He's having a good time. He's liking riding his bike, and it's cool to see. Like, I don't know Eli that well, but I've seen him around forever, and to see him like in this position, I think it's dangerous for the rest of the guys. It's going to take something drastic, you know, for someone to kind of kill his mojo, but on right now, you can't really count out Eli.
Right on. And it's cool last week to see that he purposely backed it down after getting a little sketchy in the whoops a couple times and settled for second. So it's the maturity level's there. So he's kind of putting all the pieces together. Yeah. All right, Christian, the last question we're going to ask you. We sent you some memes. We sent you 6 of them. And we asked you to pick a winner because we had all these people sending in the memes. We said, you know what? And this wasn't decided till today. I was like, you know what? I want Christian to pick a winner because they're just too freaking good. So we sent you 6. Tell us right now. You can show us on your phone, or you can just tell us which one it is. We'll throw it up on the screen. Which meme of the 6 that we sent you was your favorite?
So there's 2 that we're dying laughing. This one's like the runner-up. It's good. But let's see. Where is it?
The Grim Reaper.
So that one's good, but it's a little mean.
Okay.
Yeah, it's a little too real.
A little rough.
So I'm going to hate on myself. The one that says, are there any questions about the race? Questions not about Freeze and Craig. And I fully get that.
All right.
Like, that one's good.
Hey, dude.
That one's
so that's your winner, the question one?
I'd say that one just because, like, yes, I've been – that one's good too.
Yeah, he's getting to him right now. I like the one with the guy where his wife made plans for Saturday night and then the soccer ball is just drilling her in the face. There it is, right there on the screen. That is your winner for the meme contest.
Yeah. I can't argue that one.
Oh, it's too good. All right,
I get it for everyone.
Oh, well, hey, I was just going to say,
it's a lot.
We purposely, when we were talking about good questions to ask you, we all said freeze that we're not asking about the Vince Freeze thing because he'll probably hang up the phone if we bring that up. He's over it. Let's move on. So we purposely didn't bring it up. So, yeah, you're welcome.
I appreciate it.
Well, hey, man, we appreciate you taking the time out of your busy schedule to call in. We have over 100,000 players this year playing fantasy, so it's a big deal for the people that are watching the show that play to see guys like you that are calling in. They're heroes, the points leader, so really appreciate it, man. It's been awesome to have you on, and good luck with the 5-week break, and got to see you wrap this thing up when we get back to it.
Thanks. I appreciate it. These are, for fantasy, do people win each week?
Yeah, we do 100. So we do top 10 weekly prizes. So it's free to play. Yeah.
100 weekly prizes.
Yeah, so it's free to play. They go to RMFantasySX.com. You create your account. Yeah. You can create your own groups, and you can have those groups password protected so nobody else can join, and then you just give the password to those people you want to play. You can join public groups. So like Trey Kennard's got a group that he's doing public this year. He's doing a jersey giveaway. Zach Osborne's got a group. We got a lot of good ones. And then, you make your top 5 picks each round. There's no handicaps or anything like that. It's just your top 5 picks. Okay. And then there's one wild card, which could be from 6th all the way to last place, and that's it. And then you score the same amount of points as the riders that finish there. So as far as prizes go.
Can I give a jersey to the winner this weekend?
Yeah.
Yeah, absolutely.
We'll definitely do that.
You could do that.
Send it to you guys and you send it?
Yeah, so we could do it for, the top, how would that work, Christian?
I can throw it in with the top prize this week.
You can throw it in there? Yeah, if you want to do that. Or you could even do, if you want, we can start a group for you right now, some Christian Craig group on fantasy, and we can tell people to join that group. And then what we do is we'll typically lock that group so nobody else can join with, 4 or 5 races left, so we don't just get a flood of people the last round because they see that they might be a winner in it. And if you want to do a giveaway in there, so it's up to you. But if you want to do a jersey, that would be awesome. We'd absolutely give that away.
Raise the stakes this week. Yeah. I like that.
Okay.
So
I do like that.
If you get us a jersey,
we'll get it. You guys a jersey, and you guys do what you want with it. But anybody that wins this weekend, I guess.
That'd be awesome.
Do that.
Yeah, we have. I got your contact, so we'll be in touch after the show, and we'll definitely get that squared away. That would be awesome.
Cool. Let me know where to send the jersey. We'll make it happen.
All right, man. Well, hey, again, we appreciate it. Thank you so much for taking the time. We won't make you stay any longer, but like I said, good luck with this break coming up, and we're hoping that you're getting some calls from some Factory 450 teams here very shortly, and we'll see you after the break and to wrap this title up.
Me too, man. Thank you, guys.
All right. We'll talk to you soon.
See ya.
Good man right there.
I didn't know them people really even know who we are, dude.
Shane Wilkerson said if we ask him about the whoops again, he's going to hang up. I'm like, he's the whoop master.
You got to bring that up.
You got to bring it up. Anyway, there you go. If you win a weekly prize this week, old Christian Craig's going to be throwing in a jersey.
Dude, that's huge.
What a good guy. We didn't ask him to do that.
No. A lot of people probably wishing fantasy was in the 250s because he's a lock on the top spot every round right now.
Oh, winner of the Craig group would seem good for the CC fans. I agree. All right. Thank you so much again for asking those questions. Moving on. Where were we? We were talking about Tomac?
Yeah, we were on Tomac.
All right. Oh, Christian, what a good guy. All right. Let's break it back down. So we are just wrapping up with Tomac.
I think we all agree statistically he's the best pick for first. We can move on.
Okay.
We covered his stuff. He's a top pick. Unless you want to get a little frisky.
Well, okay, Anderson, though. Let's talk about JA21.
He did win last round.
He just won last round. Him and Tomac are the only 2 guys that have won 2 races this year. His average start's the same as Tomac. He's a little behind in average finish. Honestly, it's flip a coin for me.
I give Tomac a little bit of an edge. But I like Anderson. I got him right last week.
Can we just have those 2 start 1 and 2 again?
Yeah,
hopefully we see a little bit more Dyson, a little bit more, pass attempts. But man, it was good.
That's what I'm saying. If Tomac is comfortable taking second, that's got to be scary for Anderson. Like, dude, you got to go out there, have a perfect night. You gain 3 points.
I'm just listening to this over here. I'm chilling.
That's right. I think Anderson, he's got to keep winning for sure to keep the heat on Tomac. Because if he's comfortable getting second or third the rest of the way, he can do that.
Well, he's only got 12 points to play with. You can give that up real quick. So, let's see. He took second in Minneapolis Triple Crown in 2018. 4th there in 2017. And what's crazy is he had 3 wins by round 6 in the year he won his title in 2018.
Yeah, he's not too far
But
off.
Anderson's the guy that is going to let it hang out a little bit more.
Yeah.
If roles were reversed last week, if Anderson's behind Tomac,
I think he pushes.
Anderson's going to make that pass.
Yeah.
Or try.
He's going to push a lot harder than Tomac did, yeah.
But maybe Tomac in that situation is like, dude, you can have the win, and I'll just chill if Anderson's pushing.
saying.
I wish I was as big as him.
Just take the 3 points.
Yeah, I don't
Move
know.
on.
Josh,
What
man
else do
behind
we
the
have
camera, have you picked a winner for this weekend? You've got to have Anderson or Tomac in there, right?
Yeah, I mean, I question if Tomac's going to get another start. I'm thinking maybe Tomac for third, like try and make up some points because I'm doing bad, but maybe that's why I'm doing bad because I'm putting Tomac for third. But I'm thinking Anderson backs it up.
Okay.
I don't know. Well, I'm going to – this is going to be a week where I really pay attention to qualifying and see how it goes.
Well, he hasn't finished more than 2 spots from where he's qualified in the last 3 rounds. So that's
Anderson?
a good move. Perhaps.
Ooh, okay. I think Sexton's a guy, too, after hearing Christian talk. I feel like he's one of those guys that if he's not feeling good in practice and not qualifying well, I feel like for Sexton, that translates a little bit more to the main event than some other riders.
Yeah, I got stats on his qualifying correlation, too.
Well, let's jump into Malcolm Stewart real quick before we do that, because this man, between him and Anderson, I mean, I know Anderson's, the biggest turnaround just because he's won twice, but Malcolm realistically has been more consistent.
Dude, Osborne said if they gave points for every main in a Triple Crown, this guy would be in second place right now.
Yeah.
I mean, he's killing it.
Look at that. He's the only other rider besides Tomac to be in the top 5 out of the 6 rounds this year.
Yep.
He's got the second best average finish of 4.38.
Yep.
So he's ahead of Anderson. His average start is good. It's 5.63.
That's what's huge to me is he has the 5th best starting average, and he's moving up 3 spots a race in the top 5. I mean, that's huge.
I mean, his last 4, 2, 5, 5, 7. Those are his finishes going from A3 back to A1. So that's. Gosh, he's doing good. He's moving up. He's finished 6 spots better than where he's qualified, so he's making passes. So, yeah, I mean, this man, right, he was like your 5th place guy, but now it's like
he's doing better than 5th.
He's a 4th or 3rd place guy to me now.
I agree. I think 2nd is like the peak of where I would put him, though.
Yeah.
Just because he hasn't led laps yet.
Hasn't led laps, hasn't won, and But
look at that. He started in either 2nd or 4th in the last 5 main event gate drops.
Yeah, I know.
So
he's
getting
figured it out.
Starts.
All I'm saying is that Mookie is not doing Plessinger and Webb any favors right now with those guys struggling with the bike setup when clearly he's getting it done. Marv should have podiumed last week.
Yeah.
So
nobody's getting around Stewart.
It's no bueno if you're Webb and Plessinger when these guys are crushing
and
it.
he can pass basically anyone if he wants to.
All right, Chase Sexton. Let's talk about him. 4th best start and finish average right now of 5. He's just, like I said, like Christian was saying, he's just been a little bit, if he's not gelling with the track or feeling comfortable, it shows the main. So watch his qualifying. He's got the 3rd best average main event gate drop of 5. We said that. He's got the 3rd most led laps this season.
He's right there with Tomac and Anderson in led laps.
Yeah.
So he's
what's crazy?
Be
We've only had 4 winners in 6 rounds, right? Yeah. Roxon, Sexton, Anderson, Tomac. Yeah, he's been in the top 4 6 rounds. He's been in the top 4 of the 6 rounds this year. Sorry. I can't read my own writing.
He started out of the top 5 in 3 standard rounds this season and only made the top 5 in one of those races.
Okay.
So he's got to start in the top 5, or it seems like he pushes a little too hard and things start happening.
Hey, Sean, I know Gas Gas is not updated, but the Husqvarnas are on the updated bike, so that's what I was talking about there with Webb and Plessinger. A lot of guys, Sexton for the wild card, Webb for the wild card. Oh, gosh.
Sexton for the wild card. I mean, he's got 3 hole shots.
Does it not feel like Ken Roczen his win was like a year ago?
Yeah.
Like you almost forget that it happened?
I feel dirty even talking about him.
Oh, that's harsh.
That is harsh. I don't know what's going on with him. I'm worried, dude. I don't like him being back there. So.
All right. Well, those are like your top picks. Like for Barsha, you could argue is a contender now that he's gotten 3 thirds this year.
Yeah.
I think he needs
half
one more
the rounds he's been in 3rd.
He just needs to get those starts back. So let's talk about, and we're just going to kind of mix in spoilers and the wild card this week because wild card is 8th.
Yeah, it's close to the 5.
It's this group that we have is going to be right in there. So I feel like Justin Barsha kind of turned the page with that 3rd place.
Shocked me.
He's riding good. He's just his starts have been terrible. So like I said, I heard he made a gearing change, but his overall finishes, he has 3 podiums. He's gotten 3rd 3 times this year. And his average finish isn't that bad. It's 5.5.
It's better than I thought it would be just off watching the races.
But his starts suck. 8.75 average. He's 9th best.
Almost 2 spots behind McElrath.
Yeah, so his starts is what's been killing him. But if he figured those out, then Barcia's a top 5 guy all night.
And like you said, took top 5 in 3 rounds, took 3rd in all those. He also started 5th in all 3 of those rounds. So he can make moves in the top 5 and finished exactly 5 spots ahead of where he's qualified the last 2 rounds. So don't worry about qualifying too much if he's your guy.
Am I wrong for saying that I miss the Bam Bam right now? Like I miss the Bam Bam coming through the top 5.
I always like the Bam Bam.
I mean, some of his stuff is questionable, but it's like I still miss it.
I do too.
Let's see. He took 9th in Minnesota in 2019, 5th overall in 2018, and 17th there in 2017. So
decent.
Decent. Come on, 17th.
I mean, I'm pretty sure that 2018 was a Triple Crown. So
okay, who's your top spoiler this weekend? I'm gonna go Marv. Marv's been riding good, man.
If you're going basically stats, I agree.
Okay.
Let's head into Marv for Aquatic out there somewhere.
But for you, Barcia's a safer top 5 pick than a wild card, right?
Dude, you said Marv, and Aquatic is right there, bro, in the chat. Like, on demand.
Could you guys say your group name again? It's the RMFantasySX group.
I think it's just SXperts.
Is it just SXperts?
Yep.
Roxton,
up in there.
A lot of people have been talking about Roxton for the wild card.
It's not that crazy.
It's not. Pretty interesting. But let's talk about Marvin Musquin, though. So his overall finishes.
Not bad.
He should have podiumed last week. He went down, but he came back to 5th. He passed Ferrandis really late. He got 5th. He's gotten 7.6, 10.8.4. He had that weird race where he just went backwards.
Yeah.
Anaheim won. He probably should have podiumed, but him and Mookie went down. Mm-hmm. So Marv is just kind of like that silent sleeper right now where he's not getting a lot of attention, but
he's in the top 5 a lot the last 3 rounds. I mean, look at his last 3 starts in standard rounds, 3, 6, 1.
Yeah. So I'm just saying.
Yeah. I'm high up on Marv. I mean, he's finished within 3 spots of where he's qualified in all rounds but 1. So watch his qualifying for sure. Marv 3 laps.
Yeah. Marv to me is a good pick right now for I'd say like a 4th or 5th spot. Easy. I don't know if I'm going to put on the podium, but a 4th or 5th if you want to throw him in there.
It's kind of between him and Stewart, really.
Yeah.
I mean, Ferrandis maybe, but he don't get a start.
It's not crazy at all, and it makes me sad, Krista. What are you talking about? Talking about Kenny?
Kenny, yeah.
Oh, Marv always comes through. All right.
We do got to bring
up on top on the poll for
he should be.
I
mean, we got to bring it up. Look at his Minnesota history. Finished 3rd overall there in 2019 and 2018. Took 2nd there in 2017. Ooh. So he does well in Minnesota.
Okay. I'm feeling like my picks need to change a little bit right now based off of what we're talking about here.
Last year, too, and once his average finish West compared to East was 4 spots better.
On East?
So he really does do better on the East.
All right. Well, look, it saddens me to do this, but we got Ken Roczen here, who I don't think I've ever said this is a better pick for me for 8th place than he is for a top 5, just with the way things are going.
I mean,
do you guys agree? Is Roczen a solid wild card this week, or do you take the chance and throw him in your top 5? Marv's the number 1 rider picked to be a spoiler this weekend. We didn't even have Roczen in that conversation because I just think people have kind of lost a little bit of hope in the guy.
It's not even, is he safe to – I want to know what's wrong with him. Like, something is clearly wrong.
Well, like his last finishes, 11. So last week he got a dead last start, which, okay.
Yeah.
But he only passed like 5 guys after lap 1. You should be passing more guys than that when you're Ken Roczen. If you're riding like Ken Roczen can ride.
Yeah, something is just wrong to me.
I mean, he did get 5th overall in Phoenix, but you got to remember at the Triple Crown, he got good starts and he went backwards a little bit. So he's got a 13th, a 7th, a 13th, and there's that big old 1 at A1.
I mean, we don't know what's going on with him, and until I do, he's not going to be safe top 5.
His starts have been good, though. I mean, his starts, other than last week with that issue, he had gotten a hole shot, and then he's been 6th or better, and he had 2 hole shots this year, actually. Hole shot at A1 as well. So
I mean, he led laps in A1 and A2, so he's got 26 led laps, but, I mean, that's seeming like a long time ago. Took 2nd in Minnesota in 2019.
Yeah, all I'm saying is something's off with this guy. Bike setup he's been talking about it a lot.
I mean, if you want stats, average overall finish per round this season is 8.3.
I mean, if he cracked the top 5, I'm not going to be like, what the heck, how did that happen? But it's just not a good pick. So if you want to throw Kenny in your wild card,
what's scary is him and Webb are like the top picks for the wild card.
So far,
what is
right
going
now?
on?
Well, why wouldn't you put Webb in your wild card?
What
Look
is
at his
going
stats. On? Look at Webb's finishes.
Oh,
He's gone
straight 8s.
8-8-8, 4-7-2.
If I wouldn't have seen it with my own eyes, I wouldn't have believed it.
And here's the thing. These aren't weird races. This isn't like something's happened to him. He's gone down. He's just getting 8th place. He's getting passed. He's not passing guys.
That's whether you like it or not.
And he's only finished worse than 8th one time all of last season.
Did it the last 3 rounds.
Just
That's
saying,
crazy.
I feel like for Cooper Webb, it can only go up from here.
Yeah.
I would hope.
I hope so. I mean, I want him up there battling, dude. But what else does he have?
He hasn't started. What?
This is the biggest 3-race slump he's been in since rounds 12 through 14 in 2018.
Yeah.
So something is not good.
He hasn't started better than 4th this year, which normally you're used to Webb. Webb would always remind me of Dungy, where it's like you just know like he's gonna be up in the front majority of the time, and he just hasn't. He's only done it one time.
Yeah, average start 7.7. He'd won 3 of the 6 rounds in 2019, the first 6 rounds.
Yeah, he hasn't even come close. Well, I guess he got second Anaheim 1, but he was 10 seconds back.
But on the upside, he did win in Minnesota in 2019.
Okay.
Chased down Savachi. I mean, if there's a race to turn it around, this might be it.
Okay. Well, look, I mean, here's the one rider right now that has the speed to win races and just has not put it together. Christian Craig's teammate, Dylan Ferrandis. I mean, you look at this guy's qualifying. He slays it.
Well, that's what Dr. JB was bringing up of that section that Craig was talking about. He was slower than Ferrandis. Craig was actually faster than everyone.
Jeez.
That's the section he was talking about, segment 2.
Okay, so through the whoops, through the rhythm, and then out of the sand section.
Craig was faster than every 450 dude but Ferrandis.
Jeez.
So this guy is fast, dude. He's just not getting starts. I mean, you got it in here in your stats.
Well, yeah, he hasn't made it in the top 5 this season. Oh, wait, sorry. Starts when he's made the top 5 this season were 12-6. So he's passing guys.
He's having to, like, frantically in my
but
mind.
His average start is almost 11, and his best start is still 6th. And you look at his heat races. I know I got that in here somewhere. Where's it go? Oh, gosh. Oh, his average qualifying is 3, but he hasn't had a better than 3rd in a heat race.
That's crazy, which it just says to me he's not getting good starts anywhere.
Well, he's not getting good starts, and he's not getting the best gate picks, so it's just a combination of that stuff.
There was that one round him and Tomac were up there, but other than that, it's not been too consistent.
The thing is, like Ferrandis, he's been so all over the place, he's hard to pick for 8th because you know he has the speed to be better, but he's had stuff go wrong.
Well, look at those finishes, dude. 6, 12, 4, 3, 6, 16.
I know. So it's kind of like with Ferrandis, you're just kind of hoping versus like someone like Webb or someone else. Or like, let's talk about plus.
What about
I just put Stewart ahead of him.
With Ferrandis, though, with his 250 championships, were they both West Coast? Does he do better in the East Coast? Do we know yet?
Both of his were West Coast because he beat AC in Vegas that one year, and then he backed it up the next year on the West.
Yeah, because Frozen Gumwad asked, what are Ferrandis' East Coast stats? And that made me ask that question.
If we get into softer, ruddier tracks, European dude, I think it would help him.
We didn't dig that up for last year, but his last year, well, we could find out. Not right this second, but we can find out for you.
Who else you got up here? APs?
Yeah, A Pizzle. Let's go here.
A Pizzle. Overall finishes this year, 9, 11, 22, 6, 2, and 9. His average finish through 6 rounds is almost the exact same as last year you have in here.
Yeah.
Has been within 2 spots of 8th 5 times this year.
That's the stat.
Crowns.
Like, yeah, if you look at the finishes in the Triple Crowns, he's gotten between 6th and 10th 5 times. Yeah. So he's right in that window. So, yeah.
He's around there. Average start, 10.28. Has not qualified in the top 10.
Yeah.
That's weird.
That means you're getting a bad gate pick for the heat race. Mm-hmm. And his starts just haven't been that great, minus his 2nd place. And
finished from 9th to 12th in the last 6 main event gate drops.
Yeah, that's what I'm talking about.
Yeah, could be there for the wild card. We want better, no doubt, but
yeah, he just got to clean up those starts. I mean, his average start's 11.13 per main event gate drop.
There's your key. Finished exactly 2 spots better than where he qualified in the last 2 rounds. See if he sticks to something like that.
So look at his qualifying. Oh, man. It's kind of crazy. I don't know. I hope Webb and AP figure it out. Not even for the championship. I just want to see those guys have good results. Yeah. AP especially, calling in last week. He's a fan favorite.
Well, I do think if we're going to talk about, longer shots of the wild card, I know it's close to the top 5. You got to talk about Wilson.
Do we?
We got to talk about Wilson.
You got McElrath and Brayton on here, but I don't know if they're even in that discussion yet.
I'm going to talk about Wilson at least, though. I mean, he's finished ninth 2 times this season, 10th one time. Has only started in the top 10 one time, though, of all main event gate drops. Average start in standard rounds, 11.2. Average finish, 11.4. He's been averaging a finish of 8.2 in the heats this season, which was surprising to me because, I mean, he went to LCQ for the first time since round 13 of last season.
He's squeaking in there. He's squeaking by.
Yeah, but, I mean, he's around 10th. You have a rider or some type of incident, or he gets an awesome start.
Oh, yeah.
I won't be too surprised if he could get into
I'm all right.
place.
I'm all right with that. But, okay, so who's your wild card right now?
Right now.
Who do you have?
It's Webb, dude.
I had Plessinger.
I liked AP.
Those KTM boys are looking good.
I'm going off the stats right now until I can see qualifying. But, I mean, 3 8th places in a row. I mean, come on.
Oh, yeah, it's true. All right, well, look. That's really it for stats. I mean, it's going to be a tough one this week.
Wait.
What?
It's Freezy's going to be in the 450 class, then he has a shot.
No, come on.
At any wild card spot,
place.
He's the wild card champion. We've seen him do it before. So look, at Moto X Breakdown knows what I'm talking about. Freezy for the wild card. Lock it in.
Oh,
son.
my gosh. I forgot he was racing
He's
this
moving
weekend.
up. He's a threat to the wild card anywhere.
He's a threat. Oh,
So
my gosh.
You got to watch where his qualifying is. Maybe he's going to put it in there. Who knows?
Okay.
McElrath, I'm not going to write off either.
If Freeze gets a wild card of 8th place this weekend, I don't know.
I'm not going to say it can't happen.
Crazier things have happened, I guess.
I'm not going to say.
Who's your wild card this week? I'm going AP. I think Webb's going to be better than 8th. He has to be. I'll go with AP on that. But
Look at Webb leading it, though, early.
Roxon's leading it, bro. Oh, Webb just took the lead. It's like a horse race. All right, well, look, there you have it. Those are these stats. Keep plugging them in there. Christian, let's lock them in.
Okay.
You want to lock them in?
Our picks are similar.
Are they?
Really similar.
But I might switch. No, oh, gosh. Okay, here's mine. You ready?
Run it.
I've got Anderson, Tomac, Sexton, Barsha, Malcolm Stewart. And then Plessinger is my wild card. They're
so
going to
you
do
think
it for me.
Barsha's back then?
Give me this.
I do. With that third, he's gotten 3 podiums out of 6. I mean, he's batting 50. He's batting 500 on podiums.
That is crazy.
He got
I'm
the
still
start.
nervous. What you talking about?
Yeah.
Where's Sexton?
Don't
Sexton,
get caught. There
don't
you
get
go. He's
caught.
right there.
Here,
Do you got Barsha in your top 5? Or a Marv? A Stewart? You have to
I got
have
a Marv in
Stewart.
there.
Anderson.
You're just laying them out almost in
I'm helping you out here, dude.
almost in the perfect order, honestly. And then I got Marvin 5th.
Let me move my laptop over.
Marvin 5th.
Oh, you got Marv? I thought I gave you Marv. Oh, he's right here.
Go Marvin. Over there in 5th.
Wait, you have Anderson in 4th?
Yeah.
Tell me the thinking behind that.
I just think something's going to happen. He's like, I mean, let's be honest. He keeps having issues.
Okay.
I know he won, and I got him right, and I don't want it to happen at all. But he's landing on tough blocks. He's going off the track. I'm a lot more confident with Tomac keeping it clean.
Okay.
So I'm throwing Anderson back there. Plus, I think Sexton is hyped up. I mean, he got 7th last round. He's got to be motivated.
Look at that. Roughest7970 just said, Christian, personal bet, $100 Freezy can't make top 10.
I'm not going to bet that, but I'm also not going to say it can't happen.
Okay.
I mean, come on.
All right. What do you guys think? Who's the winner right now for your wild card?
He's a threat to our picks.
Webb. Did you ever think in 2022 that Webb would be the top pick rider for an 8th place wild card? Did not.
I don't like it.
I had him picked for the championship this year.
I don't like it.
I went against my fanboyness of Tomac and picked Webb, and look what it's doing to me.
I still got Anderson or Sexton for the championship. I mean,
Do
he's
you
not
really?
that far back?
All
Not
right.
that far back.
Who's got better picks? Ruffish just called you a wuss. Who's got better picks, me or
Dude,
Christian?
who's gonna do
Christian's
that?
got Anderson in 4, so clearly I've figured, like, come on now. Anyway, with that being said, let's talk about the Discord. Links in the description. Go submit your memes. You just saw it. Christian Craig picked it, and we're going to start doing that. We're going to start having writers pick the winners for
like
memes.
that.
So that's a good way to get those out there.
That's almost the biggest prize of them all, to know he picked your meme.
I know, and then he wants to send a jersey out of it.
That's sweet.
That's freaking awesome. With that, also, as always, we have our groups that you want to join. The SXperts group. You have the Trainiacs group. WackOZachOs 16, or WackOZachO. Carrie Bowling, Nicole Cheza.
The
a lot
Lucas
of good
ladies.
Yeah.
We're going to need to open it up so people can join more groups, because right now you can only join 3.
I know.
That might be in the works.
I think a lot of, as we'll announce when we're going to close some of these, but as we do that, we're probably going to start to see a lot of bouncing around. People like, I want that group.
Maybe.
Who knows?
Look, Taylor knows what's going on. Christian's trying to gain some ground by getting crazy. I am. And they're going east. Like he was saying, everybody's excited to go east. Almost like a A1 type vibe where these dudes are going to push it.
All
ones
right.
that haven't been doing that great. So.
Okay.
5 groups.
All right.
2.
I'm just saying. Okay. Never mind.
Hey, top prizes this week.
Go.
First place is going to get the MSR gear set, jersey, pants, gloves, and helmet, plus a signed Christian Craig jersey.
Oh.
Which we just... breaking news. Second, Fast House jersey, pants, and gloves. Then third place, Fastway Air EXT motorcycle foot pegs. O'Neill Racing 10 Series helmet. Bridgestone Battlecross tires, a set. Pro Taper Cella device, 2 sets of tie downs. LS2 Subverter Evo helmet. Scotia Power Up jump starter and boom bottle. Fly Racing protection package. And $150 Cherry spending spree. Plus $10 Rocky Mountain ATVMC gift cards.
Perfect.
So, huge.
All right, and then after that, we have grand prizes. You guys know it. We give away a brand new Race Prep KTM 450 and 250 SX 2-stroke, that is. We've got Dunlop MX33 tires for a year, $3,000 to spend at Rocky Mountain, Alpine Stars gear and casual spending spree, Motion Pro Tools prize pack, Fly Racing gear package, Stay 6 stability cycle, and accessories, Milestone video game, Supercross 3 of the game, 4K, HDR TV, and console, and, of course, Oakley spending spree. You probably would think I've read those a few times.
Oh, yeah. I like how apparently I put them, they're right to me, but I backwards to them. Aquatics loving it.
Hey, I like
Marvin's in first.
Germ Basin. He's looking out for us. He said, hit the like button.
Thank you. That's what I'm talking about.
Yeah.
Hit that. Krista says my tone sounds like when I'm tired of arguing with my preschoolers. All right. Okay. All right. That's true.
We'll see. That's the best thing about this.
Who made the meme that CC picked? We'll have to find out. Can't remember the...
It was Wilco379.
There you go, Wilco379. Congratulations,
I like
man.
Rocco, dude. I wish Dungy didn't retire. Me too, because I could just throw him in third place every round.
Aquatic Terra Firma is upset that you put your numbers backwards.
I know,
I would
but
agree with.
He's happy because it's backwards and puts Marvin in first. So he was happy about that.
Oh, my gosh. Anyway, thank you so much for tuning in. We've had an absolute blast. One more time, thank you to Christian Craig for calling in. And next week, guess who we got?
Who is it?
We got Josh Mosman calling in.
Oh, sweet.
Who is with Motocross Action, does a lot of cool stuff.
Mm-hmm.
And his brother, Michael Mosman, 250 West rider, is scheduled to call in next Thursday.
That's awesome, dude.
That is awesome. So get your memes coming because we're going to be doing it. Anyway, thank you, everyone who watched. Remember, get subscribed to the channel if you haven't already, and have an absolute blast watching the races this weekend. Get your picks in early. Remember, the races start at 5 o'clock Eastern time.
Then let us know how you do. Don't change them 10 times like I do, like PH777.
I'm not touching mine right now. I feel good about it. Anyway, thank you so much, guys. We've had an absolute blast, and we will see you all back right here on Monday.